Aloha Honolulu Data here with episode 12 of the Honolulu Huskies Custom Fantasy Draft Franchise Mode, moving into the 2023-2024 regular season. Now, in the last episode, we made some big moves in the offseason, including trading up for the first overall pick since the Coyotes wanted to trade it. We drafted medium franchise sniper Skylar Pellick. Very excited to have him in the lineup. A very good skater, a very good shooter, good puck skills and all that. Excited to have him in the lineup. And we shipped off a few people, but we acquired in free agency Timo Meier, and we also had some growth from Arthur Kaliev and Trevor Wong, and this is how our lineup is looking. In the defensive section, we picked up Matt Dumba, and we had some growth from Lindback and Anderson, and this is how we're looking right now on defense. But in the last episode, we had to say, what are we going to do with the second line center? We went through the trade blocks, the trade finder, this player search, everything. And this is what you guys came up with in the comments. Remy Boy Fresh, he tells me, keep Perfetti on the second line. He'll grow to be first line center. Now, I have no doubt that Perfetti will grow, but it's a very delicate thing when it comes to growth in NHL. If it all depends on the guy's role. He could be 88 overall. If he's listed as a third line forward, he's a third line forward. He could be 80 overall, listed as a second line forward. But Cole Perfetti is 80, that's a bit extreme, but he could be maybe 83, listed as a second line forward. But Cole Perfetti is 81, and he's listed as a third line scoring forward. He may very well become a second line forward over the course of this season, and then if he's playing on the third line, you compensate through giving him power play, penalty kill, and everything. But as of right now, I'm not sure if I'm confident with keeping him on the second line. We simmed through the 7 preseason games. He got 2 assists in 7 games, was a -2. Not super confident, so still looking at other options. Louis Mallard says, Kadri is on a pretty decent contract. Now, I did not realize this, but when I went to look at Nazem Kadri, Nazem the Dream on the Carolina Hurricanes, he has quite the contract. He is 32 years old, making $2.975 for the next 3 years as an 85 overall. That is shockingly low. So Nazem Kadri is definitely a possibility. In the last few years, he's put up 54, 57. Well, ever since his career mode began, he's never scored less than 54, between 54 and 62, always around 20 goals plus. So I'm very tempted by Nazem Kadri. Now, the last comment here coming from B. Adder, actually saying exactly what I just said. I didn't realize this, but he said that third line scoring, third line checking, third, fourth, whatever the player role is, they will grow better in their role. Don't rush them. Now about the possibility of a second line center, he says Max Domi is small, not great on faceoffs, but he is the best option. He also likes the 2 trades, but asked for more. We had sent a couple trades in the trade finder if we tried to move Pacioretty and Lynn. A couple other comments. Appreciate all those. Yurka Halby, Poppy Black talking about the episode itself. But we have to figure out if we're going to go after, I think it's down between Nazem Kadri and Max Domi. I think Domi's on the Canadiens, actually. I think he went back to his old team. No, I'm wrong. The Devils. He has a bit more trade value. He's making more money. Same tenure of 3 years, but a lot more money. So now that I see the contract sitch, I'm pretty convinced that I think Nazem Kadri is the way to go. Because look at this. If I take Nazem Kadri, if he becomes my second line center, Cole Perfetti becomes my third line center. Now, either next year or the year after, I'm going to face the predicament of Wong and Perfetti. I'm going to have to either move one of them or move one of them to the wing, because I can't have one of them being like an 88 overall as my third line center. But if Perfetti is my third line center and Wong is my fourth line center this year, that makes Jake Leschyshyn the odd man out. Now, I was considering moving Kailer Yamamoto, since I don't want to bury him down on the third line, but he's a really good playmaker. He doesn't score goals, but in the simulation, he gets apples for days. He has 82 assists in 190 career games, most of them coming in the simulation with the last 82 and 82. So that's 164 out of 190 being simulated games. So I like Kailer Yamamoto. He had only 5 goals last season. I prefer to keep him. I don't like moving Jake Leschyshyn. We got him on a good deal in a good trade. He has top 6 potential, 24 years old, a good two-way center who's good on the penalty kill, but he's going to want a contract next year. He's going to start growing more, and his value isn't even that much, so I think maybe now is the time to move him. I can couple him up with Max Pacioretty. I actually don't want to move Cole Lind because Cole Lind is my depth for injuries. So I'm going to go ahead and keep Cole Lind on the team. But I do need to throw in a bit more. I tried this with a 4th round pick. It didn't go through when I was experimenting. Maybe with a 3rd it would. Leschyshyn, Pacioretty, I need to take back a contract as well. I'd like to take a defenseman. Oliu Levy didn't grow over the offseason. He's still an A3. We make a lot of trades with Carolina. I could take Ben Chiarot, who would be good for defensive depth. So what do you say, Carolina? Nazem Kadri and Ben Chiarot. I'll give you Jake Leschyshyn, Max Pacioretty, and a 3rd. That wouldn't be bad. Your champions status, that would help you out, Max Pacioretty. Trade rejected. I need to see if there's any rookie people I can just throw in to try and boost the value here. All these guys that I've drafted. Show these guys with low value, but I don't think that's going to be enough. I need someone better than that, yeah. It can't be someone who's signed. Maybe Larmour, 20 years old, 58 overall. Josh Larmour, grinder, 6th round pick. Yeah, I could throw him in. What do you say, Carolina, with Larmour? They still don't want to. That's why they don't want to trade Kadri. That's the issue. This would probably go through for Max Domi. Could take out the 3rd next year and make it just a 2nd next year. Forget the salary cap and just try with the better pick instead. Still rejected. Isn't sufficient at all. Yikes. So Kadri may not be the answer because no one wants to, because Carolina doesn't want to do it, even though this is a great offer. I'm sure I could get Max Domi for this, but then the issue is if I take Max Domi, I'm guaranteed going to have to trade him after next season because I can't afford to keep him on that $6 million contract. But maybe if he's the one to get, then he's the one to get. Max Domi. What are his face-offs again? They're not the best, but I think they're passable. They're like high 70s, I think. Max Domi, he has 77 face-offs. Yeah, it's not bad. He's a playmaker, good puck skills. Yeah, I guess Max Domi's the answer. Big point boy. Let's do it, boys. Max Domi's the answer. So let's try taking out all this stuff. It won't cost as much, hopefully. I will have to take somebody back. This guy Jaspers, why not? 68 overall, low top 9, Wade Jaspers, a sniper. So straight up, what do you say to that, New Jersey? It isn't sufficient at all. Yeah, totally understandable. Now, let me try throwing in, before I even throw in the prospect, let me just try it with the picks, let's try 2/4, because I got to try and figure out where their heads are at. Isn't sufficient at all. 2nd next year, a bit low for us. Okay, so we're definitely won't cost us what it was going to cost us for Domi, for Kadri. 2nd and a 5th, trade rejected, still a bit low. This is about to go through though. A 2nd and a 5th next year and a 4th this year. Trade accepted. Thank you very much, New Jersey. Max Domi, welcome to Honolulu. Pacioretty didn't have much time here, but thank you to him and thank you to Jake Leschyshyn as well. Let's fix these lines and see what we look like. Boys, I am loving these lines. Look at this. +5/+5 with everyone in their proper spaces. This is nuts. So first line, Gensel, Silver, Meyer. Playing like a 93, 100, and 90. Second line, Rantanen, Domi, Ovechkin with a +5. Sniper, playmaker, sniper. 95, 91, and 90. Third line gets a +1, Yamamoto, Perfetti, and Pelech, all where they're supposed to be. Pelech's listed as a depth forward, but I definitely feel like he's going to grow a lot, and this is a good place for him. He fits well on the third line. Perfetti, Yamamoto +1, so 85, 82, 81. And fourth line is Kaliev, Wong, and Krebs with the 0. Defense, like we said, Anderson and Klingberg with Dumba, Lindback, Kovalev, Seider, +3, +1, and +1. Power play units are +3, +3, looking like this for now. And penalty kills are looking like this for now. 0 and 0, but got very good players out there. Domi, Silver, Perfetti, Rantanen. So we'll see how that works throughout the season. Cal Peterson is our backup. Jordan Binnington's our starter. It may have to change as well if Cal Peterson can't can't handle the pressure. Cole Lind is our depth for injuries at the forward position, and our depth for the defensive position is Philip Broberg. I'm going to keep him in the minors and call him up and send him down as needed, though. I won't just keep him as a healthy scratch. He is listed as a top 6D, so I'm not happy that I don't have him in the lineup, but it's better than just keeping him scratched for now. Like we said, Dumba was just signed to a 1-year deal, so the likely scenario is that Broberg, either Seider gets traded or Broberg comes in for Dumba next season. So that's what I'm thinking. Because as I just said, Dumba on a 1-year expiring deal. So is Timo Meier, so we're going to have to figure that out throughout the season. Jake Gensel does want the extension right now. Maybe I take advantage of that. He wants 9.3. We have 26 million in the bank. Doesn't look like it gets any cheaper than that. It's 9.3. So if he wants 9.3, if I can get him for 6 years, that's a bit much considering especially that he's making 6 million right now. He wants 9.3. So if I could get him, I have the time. So if I could just lowball him big time right now and then see what he says later on, that would be great. So let me try going on 1.3 less, and let's get him for 8 million times 6 years. I think that's a pretty fair deal. $2 million increase. He's been decent. He hasn't been up to his full potential. He's been decent. Kailer Yamamoto, before he grows, he wants 1 year at 4.8. It's a bit steep. He's on an entry-level deal right now. If I take out 8 million from 26, that leaves me with 18 million. And then this would cost me another 5. That brings me down to 13 million or so. Ovi, Dumba, and Meyer are all questions. Peyton Krebs is definitely going to need an extension as well. It's cheap though. He wants it cheap. I could sign Peyton Krebs right now. Yeah, let me go ahead and do that. And then in the goalies, yeah, so it's just Jones and Peterson. So we'll roll like that for now. Unsigned players, these guys can continue to grow in the juniors. And I signed a few people to some contracts in free agency for some San Diego depth. So as soon as they sign on in a couple of days here, I'm going to go edit the lines in San Diego, and then we'll really be able to start this season. AHL assistant coach signs on, that's great. And who do we get here? Peyton Krebs makes hit, that's great. And Bastian, Jurk Tababa, Philip Myers, Michael Del Zotto all sign on. I was listening to the Jay and Dan podcast actually the other day. Michael Del Zotto talking about how much he loves Hawaii. So I thought I'd go in, well, not that I thought I'd go and get him, but when I stumbled across him in free agency, I thought this would be a perfect fit. Jake Gensel signs on for $8 million. Thank you very much. Michael Del Zotto, if I ever need to call you up, I'll give you a call. Fly over to Honolulu. Let's fix up the lines in the AHL. Lines will look like this in San Diego. Not the greatest with the +1s or whatever, but we'll take it. Got to do what you got to do. And now we're finally ready to begin this season. I like the lines. I'm very happy with our team. And we need to not miss the playoffs like we have 2 out of our last 4 years. So the beginning of year number 5 in Honolulu, I'm excited. Let's get this party started at home on top of the dormant volcano at Diamond Head Arena against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Alex Ovechkin up against his former team here. First period, 0-0. 18-6 are the shots in our favor. Second period, 3-2 Columbus, even though we're out shooting them 27-16. Both of our franchise players, Ellis Anderson and Duke Silver, get the goals, but Kachuk, Pulak, and Formenton score for Columbus, and we're down a goal, almost doubling the Blue Jackets' shots here. Come on, boys. We can't have defense fail us this year. We need to have... And the goal scoring as well. Come on, there we go. Ellis Anderson on Kakpo Kakinen. And Pavel Kovalev gives us the 1-goal lead. 4-3 now. And Alex Ovechkin tucks them into bed. 5-3. A 2-goal lead with just a couple minutes left. That will be all she wrote, boys, as we win the season opener with 3 third-period goals. 5-3 the final. 2 goals for Ellis Anderson, 3 assists for Mikko Rantanen, and 1 goal and 1 assist for Alexander Ovechkin. This could be the season where he breaks Gretzky's goal record. He's at like 837 or something right now with that goal. So let's begin simulating. I got to send out the scouts and make sure all that is done. Actually, I already did that. Yeah, I did send out the scouts. That's true. Good job, Data of the Past. I sent out all the scouts last episode. Saved myself some time now. So let's, like usual, do the first maybe 15 games or so. Get a little taste of the season. So let's see, where can we go? Let's go see the reigning Stanley Cup champion Buffalo Sabres. Currently 3-2-1 through the first 6 games of the season. Win, loss, overtime, loss, loss, win, win, win. We're on a 3-game winning streak here. We come up against Vegas. We lose 3-1. 4-3-1, just a couple more games until our matchup with the Stanley Cup champions. A win and a win in overtime. We are 6-3-1 coming up against the 4-3-2 Buffalo Sabres. Let's see what we got in the tank here, boys, against a real good team. First period, 1-0 Huskies. Mikko Rantanen on the power play against former Husky Tristan Jarry. Second period, 2-0 Ellis Anderson on the power play from a weird angle as well. That is 2 power play goals for us as we are up 2-0. Another power play. That one gets killed off by Buffalo. Holding on to this 2-0 lead halfway through the third period. Very nice, boys. Kevin Fiala, though, breaks the shutout with 9 minutes at the 9-minute mark. We have just 5 minutes left in this game now. Hang on tight, boys. Power play to seal it. And Jake Gensel on the empty net on the power play gets the winner, well, the sealer, as the game-winning goal went to Ellis Anderson. Bennington makes 25 saves. Jarry makes 33 saves. 3 goals, all coming on the power play, as our record is now 7-3-1. So we'll keep simming a little bit more. What's another good team here? The Boston Bruins. After this game against the Bruins, we'll take a pause to see how we're looking. Lost 6-4 to the Avalanche. A 5-2 loss to the Stars. Back-to-back L's, never fun. Then we get a win against the weaker class. Okay, weaker class. Thank you, Amateur Scout. Win against the Rangers. Win against the Panthers. Loss against the Sabres. We are 9-6-1, coming up against the 10-6-0 Bruins here in Boston, I think. First period, 2-1 Bruins. Jeremiah Gupta and Jake Virtanen. Max Domi gets a goal for us on Aaron Dell. Second period, there we go, boys. That is what we like to see. Alex Ovechkin scores twice, Moritz Seider gets 1, and we're up 4-2. That's it, boys. We are a team that can score goals. The +5s on the top 6, let's go. We should be destroying teams. I want to see goals left, right, and center. 32 shots for us tonight. We are really giving Aaron Dell a tough time. Power play gets killed off. I don't know how he's doing so well, to be honest, but we do have 4 goals, and that'll be enough for a win for the Huskies. 3 stars. Let's see him. Bennington makes 33 saves, 2 goals from Alex Ovechkin, and the Rock of Gibraltar, 1 goal and 6 hits for Jeremiah Gupta. The pride and joy of India. So I guess now's a good time to take a little pause through the first 17 games of the season. Let's check it out. Alex Ovechkin leads the team in points with 18. Beautiful. First time Duke Silver's not in the lead in a while. He's actually, he's 4th. But that's okay. Mikko Rantanen's a point per game. Ellis Anderson has 16 and 17. Duke Silver has 15. Max Domi has 14. Very impressive. Gensel has 2 goals, 11 assists, which is a bit weird for a sniper of his caliber. John Klingberg is a -10, which I do not like at all. I signed him to a huge contract, and last season he was not impressive. And he was. So he was really impressive. But I meant in his defensive capabilities. I'm not going to trade him because he's a monster, but I'd like to see some better offensive stats in the plus-minus from him. Yamamoto's looking good. Perfetti has 6 points through 17 games. Pelech has 4 points. 12 minutes of ice time a night, yeah. Trevor Wong. I want to give the rookies some more ice time. Only 7 minutes a night for Wong. Maybe I should get him on the power play. I feel bad. Yamamoto does have power play time. He plays 13-22 a night. Yeah, I should consider that. Goalie Sitch. Bennington 9-6-0 with a .906 save percentage. Peterson 1-0-1, .908. Can't complain. In the entire NHL, Connor McDavid and John Carlson are tied with 25 points each. Keenan Johnson is the best created player at 23 points, and Tony Klingenberg has 22. Henrik Borgstrom, he's up there. Actually, what I forgot to do as well before the start of this season is just to quickly look at all the created players and see how everyone's overalls are. So here we are sorting by overall. Duke Silver is the highest, and so is Ellis Anderson. They're both at 95 overall. I can't believe I have both of them. Rory Cherry, Keenan Johnson, Roderick Cornell, Mikey Bruno, Tony Klingenberg, Derek Mongo, Johnny Beats, all 94 overall, which is pretty wild. Alessandro Girante, Massimiliano Bio, Jinkyo Chong, all at 93, but Jinkyo Chong has the high franchise. Very happy to see that. 10 points in 16 games for the pride of South Korea. Gupta at a 92, and D'Angelo Vickers at a 91. Goalies, Eddie Fontaine is a 94, and Sandro Tommy is a 92. So taking a look at penalty kill and power play and all that, our power play is very good at 31.1%. I'm pretty sure it's best in the NHL. At 31, yeah, that is best in the NHL. But then our penalty kill is at 76.9, which is not the worst, but we're at the bottom half of the NHL for sure at 76.9. So maybe I can find some penalty kill time for like Trevor Wong to get him getting a bit more play time. All those guys in the fourth line aren't getting enough play time, which is unfortunate because they all have potential. I hate doing that. Even Skylar Pelech I want to give more ice time to at 12-12. But Kaliev at 7-11, Wong 6:59, and Krebs 7:17. Not enough. Maybe I take Duke Silver off of the penalty kill. I put Max Domi at center instead, and then maybe I put Wong on the wing. Does he fit? He has a check mark, and then I switch. No, I keep. Let's say I say Perfetti and Rantanen in first unit, and then Domi and Wong on the second unit. Let's try that out. It couldn't hurt to try. Remember that our penalty kill is at 76.9%. We'll see if it gets any better over the next, 10 games or so. This was game 17. Let's go up and see who's a good team to see. Vegas, 9-6-3. Yeah, let's go see Calgary. Why not? They're 10-2-5. Gives us a couple of weeks of simulation. Also, I've had no injuries in 3 years when the injuries were at 12 on, what was it? Was it 12 on 100? Or where are my injuries? Yeah, my injuries were at 10 on 100, I think. And I was getting injuries like at least once or twice a month I was getting injuries. Put it down to 8, no injuries in 2.5 seasons. So let's put it up to 9, and hopefully we get like a few injuries once in a while just to make it realistic and get Cole Lind in the lineup and stuff like that, but not enough that I'm having people out for months. Just, come on, let's make it a bit realistic here with a few bruised hips here and there. I know I hate injuries and it always makes me buzz my head off, but just a bit more realistic. 2-0 loss to the Canadiens, 8-4 loss to Vegas, 4-3 overtime loss to Dallas, 2-1 loss to... Okay, what in the world? I make a few changes. I make one change to the penalty kill line, and we go 0-3-3, right? 0-3-3 in 6 games. What? How? What's our penalty kill at? 78.7. It's gotten better. Our power play went down a bit. But come on, what are these plus minuses? I'm gonna get John Klingberg off the top unit. If he has like a -11 or something, I'm gonna lose it. -13, gone. Let's try him on the second pair with Lindback. Let's put Dumba on the top pair. It skips it +3/+3. Come on, it doesn't make sense. Even in the forwards, -9, -11, -6. -4, -1, 0. Second line is fine. Don't want to change that. Don't want to change that. What about this? No. This? No. You can't make any changes here. -6 for Yamamoto. -4 for Perfetti. -7 for Pelech. -1. Let's try Wong and Perfetti switched around. It loses the +1, but... See, Pelech's already up to an 82 just through the first 23 games of the season, so that's what franchise potential does. But I don't know, let's try those changes. Wong and Klingberg swapped around. Come on, 0-3-3 in those 6 games. The simulation hates us, man. We're at champion status. We have great teams every year, and we can never do anything. Forget the game against Calgary. I don't even want to see it anymore. Let's just go see the game against Nashville. Let's go see Ellis Anderson's old team. Pretty sure it was Dougie Hamilton there as well, right? We lose to the Sharks and overtime. We're 0-4-4. In our last 8 games, 0-4-4. These aren't big losses. 2-1, 3-1, 2-1. Our goalies are doing fine. First period, 1-1. Duke Silver and Andre Kesa. Second period, 3-2. Hayden Fleury for them, but Duke Silver and John Klingberg. There he is for us. Mackenzie Blackwood is in nets. Come on. Power play gets killed off, being outshot 29-21. Up by 1, Skylar Pelech, thank you. 4-2 the lead now. We have a 2-goal lead over the Predators. Let's break this curse and get a W. Alright, I'm comfortable. Rantanen gets a goal for us. Palmieri scores 1 late for them. We win 5-3. Silver scores 2. Meyer gets a couple of the apples. And we get a W, finally. Let's continue simulating on. Let's go see the Coyotes. That's what I've been looking for. I want to go see Jonathan Drouin and the Coyotes. 6-3 loss to Edmonton, 3-1 loss to Vancouver. How? 5-1 loss to the Islanders? What? We're 11-14-4. How? I've never experienced this. How is the team so bad? What's going on? I'm down to fire my coach at this point. What's going on? Maximilian Kress, 75% team fit, 1 Jack Adams trophy. What's going on? Are there any better coaches? He has a 75% team fit. Are there any better coaches? Well, I press go down once and it makes it go down 4 things. The menus in NHL are abysmal. Any head coaches who have like a 70% team fit here or something? 62, 66, 66, 67. Doesn't have to be a head coach. It could just be anyone. 67 is the best team fit I've seen. Do I fire someone with a 75% team fit just to hire Adel Moreau, who has that's the team fit with the AHL team? But do I fire someone? Do I fire my coach who has a 75% team fit just to get Brady Bannister, who has a 67% team fit? Do I really want to do that? Is that really going to make a difference? If anything, it would hurt the pluses probably, right? Maybe I just demote the head coach. I fire one of the associate coaches. That's something I'm definitely considering. Maximilian Kress is on thin ice right now. Ovi has 26 points in 29 games. Duke Silver, -13. Ellis Anderson, -14. How? Look at these plus minuses. I'm in shock. I am in shock. Jake Gensel has 2 goals as a sniper. Make him a playmaker at this point. Time for some big line changes. Chow +5s. Let's try Ovechkin, Domi, Yamamoto, Rantanen, Silver, Gensel, Meyer, Wong, Pelech. I don't know. Defense, Lindback, Dumba, Anderson, Klingberg. We got to just mix this up. These plus minuses are unacceptable. It doesn't make sense. How are these players like all 5-star defensive, but they just can't do it? I don't get it. 7-4 loss to the Predators. I don't get it. We're 11-15-4. First period, Ellis Anderson. Okay, second period, 3-3. Listen scores 2 power play goals. Connor Murphy scores 1. Ovi gets 1 on the power play, and Jake Gensel scores his first goal in regulation all season, and it's only his 3rd. 3 goals in 30 games, 1 in regulation, 2 on the power play. Andrei Sveshnikov scores on the power play to put the Coyotes up by 1. We need someone to tie this game, and fast, or else we're going to take another regulation loss. Power play, let's go. Oh my goodness. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Let's just simulate more games. Let's just do it. Let's finish last place. I don't know what to do. 3-0 loss. Nice. We have an amazing team. Amazing. And we just can't do anything. Loss. Loss. Somehow we beat the Capitals twice in 2 weeks. There's another loss. Let's just keep going. 3 games against the Coyotes in like 10 days. Shootout win. Yanni Gordon cop for a first step on. My goodness. Loss. Just keep it up. Broberg sprained ankle. First injury all year. Comes from the minors. Loss. Loss. Alec Martinez on waivers. 79 overall. 2-way D. You know what? Why not? Sign him up. Loss and a win. We're 15-24-4. How literally shameful is that? I don't get it. Ellis Anderson, -22. Klingberg, -21. 5-star defense. 5-star defense. Pelech, -17, -17, -15, -14. 4-star defense, -12, 3.5-star defense, -11, 4-star defense. Duke Silver, -11, 5-star defense. Cal Peterson's 2-7-1 with like almost a 900 save percentage somehow. Jordan Binnington is trash. Looks like it's time to blow up this team, boys. Let's blow up this team. Maybe I won't blow it up entirely. Pelech's up to an 85 overall now. Guess he can play the second line. I'm not going to blow up the team per se, but I'm going to trade Timo Meier. Maybe do I trade John Klingberg? I don't know. And maybe trade Jordan Binnington. I need to go see who are the good goalies who simulate well according to the EA gods. I need to go see who are players who are doing well, and I need to go get them. So it's going to take a while for me to figure out what this trade is going to be. So just sit tight for the next 10 seconds, and I'll come back in half an hour once I have something. In the entire league, McDavid, Huberdeau, Klingenberg, Johnson, Phil Kessel at the age of 36, Aho, Draisaitl, all these guys. These are the guys that I want. Tyson Jost I should have traded for. And then, okay, goalie Sitch. Who was the goalie that I'm going to go after? Not John Gibson, someone relatively young. Eddie Fontaine, maybe. He only is in the last year of his deal, though. That's the problem. Carter Hart is definitely a possibility. Tuukka Rask is too old. Thomas Greiss is still a monster. Somehow doing it, making $5 million. Carey Price is 36. He has good numbers, but I don't want to get him. Linus Ullmark has good numbers. Bobrovsky's 10, 14, and 3. Keith Kincaid has better numbers than Binnington. Taylor Gauthier, 76 overall, with 65 poise, has better numbers than my goalies. Maybe Matt Murray's the answer. He's been on the block with Winnipeg for a while. Yeah, you know what? Matt Murray's the answer. Yeah, let's do it, boys. Matt Murray. How about this for a swap? Binnington and Murray get swapped. Murray has 1 year less at $100K less. And then I get Morgan Riley, who has 2 more years at $1.4 million less than Klingberg. Morgan Riley, he got 62 points last year and was a plus 33, so he can definitely do it. 90 overall, listed as a two-way D, but 93 offensive awareness. Morgan Riley and Matt Murray for John Klingberg and Jordan Binnington. What do you say, Winnipeg? What could I throw in here? I definitely have the trade value on my side, I think, so I wouldn't mind getting a bit more. Maybe I'll throw in Timo Meier, and then who else could you give me as a forward if I got Timo Meier? If you got Timo Meier. Connor Brown is an 87 overall. Okay. Jordan Kyrou, I'm looking for more of a winger. Sidney Crosby definitely has the poise. They don't have many good players in Winnipeg. Stamkos is definitely probably the guy I'd go after most. Blake Wheeler is not bad, even. Maybe I get Blake Wheeler, and then Pelech can move up to the second line. Blake Wheeler can be a third liner for me. Then I give you Timo Meier. You'd love Timo Meier. He would be great for you. I'm giving you a ton of value here. I'm doing you a favor, Winnipeg. Maybe you become the best team in the league with this. Who knows? What's your record right now? You're 23-16-2. I'll take a first-round pick next year and a second-round pick this year. What do you say? Matt Murray, Morgan Riley, Blake Wheeler, a first and a second next year for Klingberg, Binnington, and Timo Meier. A bit low for us. Okay, so that'll definitely go through. Klingberg, Binnington, Meier, and a fourth for Murray, Riley, Wheeler, a first and a third. Thank you very much, Winnipeg. This team is changing. We are going to make the playoffs. Put it in the books, boys. Let's fix this team up. All right, so here's what we're looking like, boys. Gensel, Silver, Pelech is now up to an 85 overall. He needs to explode up there. +3. Second line, Rantanen, Domi, Ovechkin, giving it a +5. Try this line out again. It was doing well. Third line, Yamamoto, Perfetti, and Blake Wheeler, +1. Fourth line, Kaliev, Wong, Krebs. Defense, Riley and Anderson. I made Anderson into an offensive defenseman, seeing as he has the shooting and the offensive awareness. Either him or Riley had to be offensive, I thought, to have one of them on the team to help give the power play a +1, a +3, because if not, it's just a +1, but making Anderson an offensive defenseman makes it a +3. Morgan Riley is also very offensive, but his shooting category is a bit less, and his offensive awareness is only 1 higher than Anderson, so I thought I'll make Anderson the offensive and keep Riley as the two-way. I'm not totally sold on the second power play unit. Hopefully it works out. Penalty kill looks like this. Wheeler fits, so hopefully we're going to see that someone who fits does well. Matt Murray is our new starter, 87 overall. He's been serving backup to Shesterkin for the last 2 years. He's had good numbers. Even as a starter, he's done well. But now he's finally going to be able to go back to being a starter here on Honolulu. He's still signed for 3 more years at $5.425. So I'm ready to rock and roll, boys. We traded our captain, though, which was quite the move, to be honest. But I was just disgusted by him, and we needed a big shake-up to the team. If morale was working, then people would be shocked for sure. So now Rantanen and Ovechkin have the alternates. We might as well give the other alternate to Morgan Riley. Welcome the team, give him some respect right out of the gate. I was considering giving it to Duke Silver, but he hasn't shown me any leadership qualities so far, so I'm not too impressed. So we're going to go like that, 3 A's, Morgan Riley, kind of like a Mark Messier type of thing. Right away, welcome to the team. He gets a letter on his jersey as he walks through the door. So we are 3-7-0 in our last 10 games, as well as having a very, very lousy record. So we're going to hope that this is a big game for us. And I also have Alec Martinez. I got to call him up as depth for defense. Broberg, I'm not going to bother calling him up as I'll just have Martinez instead. But this is going to make or break the season these next few games, boys. It's going to determine if we are going to be competitors or we're just going to be pieces of junk who continue to sell at the deadline for draft picks. So let's do it, boys. The Vegas Golden Knights are 28-10-3. We're 15-24-4. We are shameful. We're at the bottom of the NHL, but if St. Louis could do it in the real world, and we can do it here. First period, 2-0 Vegas. Second period, 5-1 Vegas. Outshot 30-10. You know what? Let's forget it. Let's forget it. We're not going to beat Vegas. What am I thinking? Let's go see Pittsburgh. They're 16-20-4. There's a nice team to get a little bounce back against. If it's anyone that we can bounce back against, it'll be Pittsburgh. If not, we're just cursed and we're doomed to finish last, and we're going to fire the coach and everybody. First period, 0-0. Second period, 2-0. Kovalev and Perfetti. There we go on Frederik Andersen. 2-0 lead here in the third period. Come on, boys. Let's get this W and go home with smiles on our faces. 2-0 lead. Dmitry Orlov scores on Murray, his former real team. Matt Murray playing against his former real team, that is. Power play Pittsburgh late in the game that we kill off, thank goodness. And we will barely squeak out a 2-1 victory against the Penguins. 34 saves for Matt Murray as we get the W. Welcome to Honolulu, my friend. Let's start simulating some games. And if we're losing too many, we trade more people, we fire the coach, and we cross our fingers for a good draft pick. So let's go see Tony Klingenberg and the New Jersey Devils. Mikko Rantanen, mild concussion. That's great. Just as we started getting something going, that is fantastic. So let's bring Blake Wheeler up. Why not? None of those guys fit, so I guess Cole Lind can go. It's not for long. Could Cole Lind go? Why not? Let's put him on the fourth line. Kaliyev. Oh my goodness, this classic glitch. You have to go through every single thing that's not the forwards or the or the power play. You need to go through and change everything. Okay, so 6-5 overtime loss to the Hurricanes, 3-1 win against the Flames, 4-3 shootout win to the Predators, finally a few wins. I'll bring Rantanen in against the Devils, and we lose 5-4 to the Wild. Oh, it just keeps getting worse, and this guy has a random injury. So Rantanen's back. I'm going to actually keep Cole Lind in the lineup. In 2 games, he's gotten 3 points and a +2, so that's more than Kaliyev gotten all season. So, ciao Arthur Kaliyev, you're off to the press box. Let's see what we can do against a very good team here in the New Jersey Devils. Let's go, boys. First period, not bad. Alex Ovechkin puts us up 1-0. Okay. Second period, okay. Duke Silver scores twice. We're up 3-0. Let's get a dub here against a good hockey team, boys. This is what we got to do if we want to make the playoffs. We got to beat good hockey teams. Power play for the Devils. We kill that off. You know what? I'm confident. Sim. Bang. 4-0. Cole Lind scores again. 3 goals in 3 games for Cole Lind. Welcome, my friend. Duke Silver scores twice. A 20-save shutout for Matt Murray. His first as a Husky. Okay, let's keep winning these games, boys. We're closing in. We're going to go up to this game against the Rangers and pause there so I can fix all the scouting, especially if we might have a very good pick, who knows. 5-4 win against the Hawks, and then an 8-3 win against the Avalanche. Okay, we're 21, 26, and 5. Kesa goes to the Devils from the Predators with a third for a prospect and a first. Interesting. And that guy's back in Laval, in San Diego. So through the first 52 games, we're 21, 26, and 5. Let me just fix up the lines in San Diego, send out all the scouts, and then we will continue on simulating through. Cole Lind, 3 goals and 2 assists with a +3 through all those games. My goodness, he's doing well. Is he still, it's because he's still on those, on the power play line, isn't he? Yeah, Cole Lind. You know what? Keep him there. Keep him there. I do not care if Rantanen's getting a little less ice time. Just do it. Make it happen. Pelech has 8 goals, 5 assists, -19. Yikes. Even though he has 3.5-star defense. Alright, let's fix all that stuff up, and then we'll keep simulating. Alright, that is all done, and now I can continue on simulating in what should hopefully be a great month of February, or else we are going to be up the creek for sure. So let's go see Johnny Beats and the Philadelphia Flyers. And Alex Ovechkin has post-concussion syndrome. He's out for 2 months. That is just great, and what we needed right now. Our best player is out. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Who goes to the third line? You know what, Cole Lind, you deserve it. And Arthur Kaliev comes back to the fourth line. Unless putting Kaliev gives it a +1, yeah, that'll probably be better. Arthur Kaliev cannot be on the power play though. Let's go ahead and put Jake Gensel there. And then Cole Perfetti can move out. Max, you know what? Cole Perfetti, what has he done? 4 goals, 8 assists. You're out of there. Max Domi can come in here. Pelech can get a little bit of power play time. And on the other wing, why not put Blake Wheeler? Let's give him some time. +1, why not? Don't want to do that. 6-1 win against the Rangers and a 5-4 shootout win against the Leafs. So that's not too bad. 4-1 loss though against the Red Wings. And Mikey Bruno and the Lightning, we beat them 6-2. So actually, you know what? I'm going to continue simulating because this episode's already getting a bit long. So I want to just try and get to the deadline as soon as possible and see more of what we're looking like. If we can at least be Noah Hannafin for a first and a couple pieces. Dumba, injured groin. See, I just moved the one up the slider and I have all kinds of season-ending injuries here. Moritz Seider can come in, and Alec Martinez will play with Pavel Kovalev on the bottom pair. I just want to see if we can at least get to be a 500 team, so we can make a push, or if we're really bad, then we'll sell. But Matt Dumba's available. No, he isn't. 2-1 win against the Flyers, 5-3 loss against the Kings, and a 4-1 loss against the Panthers. Let's fix this up. Maybe I'll actually put Rantanen back on the power play unit. Let's try Lindback up on the first pair. Ellis Anderson's a -24. Lindback's a +1, gives it a +5. Raleigh -12. Dumba -2. So hopefully that does something. On the power play here, Cole Lind's going to stay. He has 8 points in 12 games, so Cole Lind could be my savior. Who knows? And where can I slot in Mikko Rantanen? Blake Wheeler's been doing well. Has he done anything on the power play with us? He has 2 power play points, 7 points in 16 games, 1 power play goal and 1 assist. Well, yeah, maybe Dumba comes off even. Only 3 power play points. Yeah, why not? Let's go a full forward loadout on the second power play unit. Rantanen can switch there with Yamamoto. Gives it a +3 on the second unit. Not bad. I'll take it. Yes, okay, let's do that and continue to simulate on. Slowly, we're turning things around. The Avalanche are 23, 31, and 6, but they beat us 5-2. 2-1 loss against the Blues. No, don't want to do that. I need a better backup goalie, that's what I need. Canadians, we lose 4-3 in a shootout. We beat the Wild 4-2, so up at the deadline, we're 27, 30, and 6. I really could use a better backup goalie than Cal Peterson. Duke Silver has 64 points in 63 games. Gensel's at 54, Ovechkin 49 and 53, Ellis Anderson 48, Domi 44, which is good. Rantanen only 43, Riley only 33. Pelech 20 points, up to an 87 overall now, listed as a first-line forward, but he has only 20 points in 63 games. Perfetti 15, which is disgusting. Cole Lind has 11 points in 16 games. Great job, Bello. Maybe I trade Moritz Seider. -15, 6 points. Maybe. Martinez had 2 points in 9 games. Matt Murray, since coming to Honolulu, is 12-5-2 with a shutout. That's good. But Cal Peterson, 2-8-1. It's just unacceptable. I need to maybe find like a really good plus-minus defenseman and like a backup goalie, something. I need to see what I could figure out, and then we'll figure out a trade before we go into the game against Winnipeg. So upon going through all the goalies in the NHL, it came down to like Michael DiPietro and Linus Ullmark. I tried to make everything work, but no deal was going through, unfortunately. So I've tried to sign someone from free agency, and I think I'm going to call up Hunter Jones. Now, thinking about all that money with all the contract situation I had to do in the trade, whatever, in the trade creator, trade maker, whatever it's called, trade proposal screen, I had to think about money, and that got me thinking about contract extension. So Matt Dumba, currently making $7.750. I look at his contract extension. He does want an extension, and only for $5.6 for 5 years. So if I go maybe for even just a 1 year extension, because I don't want to have him long term, I could probably get him at 5.1, maybe even 5 million itself. I could probably get him 1 year, $5 million extension. I could even go 2 years. That wouldn't be bad. Yeah, let's go 2 years, $5 million on Matt Dumba. That'll save me money, and I'm down to $15 million for next season. Ovechkin would be down to sign on for about $5 million. Yamamoto's in for $4 million. That leaves me with only $1 million left. Cole Lynn would probably take that, even Broberg. So we'll see what Dumba says. Aside from that, I think I'm just going to call up Hunter Jones. In other franchise modes, Hunter Jones has become a monster as like an 80 overall. So maybe at a 77, I can call up Hunter Jones. Cal Peterson can go down or just stay in the system. That's why I signed a goalie. Yeah, he would have to go through waivers. So that's why I signed a goalie. I'd be over the salary cap. What? I need to figure that out. But I signed a goalie, Vladar, for the AHL if he'll sign on. So let's go through this game against Winnipeg. They're 35-23-4. It just made those big deals. Let's go see Binnington and Klingberg and see what they have to tell us. So first period, and that's 0-0. Also, I can't even speak, man. It's late. Wheeler and Murray and what's his name? Who else is on this team that's going up against his old team? Sidney Crosby, shorthanded goal. But then Max Domi on the power play against Shesterkin. Who else came in that trade? Morgan Riley. Morgan Riley. Okay, 1-1. Heading into the third period. Tied at 1. Let's wake up. For me and for the Huskies. 27-22 of the shots in favor of Winnipeg. Game tied at 1. We're putting up a good fight here, boys, and Peyton Krebs gives us a 1-goal lead. Power play now. Let's extend it even more, boys. Killed off by Winnipeg. Cole Perfetti. The bottom six is coming through. 2-goal lead here. This is big, boys. We are looking like we are fighters. Finally, we are looking like fighters. Murray makes 34 saves. Said, "Why didn't you ever play me, Winnipeg?" 2 assists for Blake Wheeler, the old man. And Peyton Krebs gets a goal, the game winner, that is, as we are 28-30-6 on the season now. We're going to sim through the deadline. We're not going to make any more deals. Malkin and a third go to LA for a Samuel Poulin and a second. That wouldn't be a bad guy to pick up, eh? Guy like Evgeny Malkin. But the thing is, if I went out and traded for a top 6 forward, that would, once Ovechkin comes back, that's his spot here, and Yamamoto goes to the third line, which is already pushing it a bit. So I can't go out and trade for a second line forward. Arthur Kaliev in 60 games has 4 points. Oh man, what a shame. What a shame. Cole Lynn 4-7, Wong 4-6. Can Krebs go up here? Yeah. Let's put Peyton Krebs on the third line. Pelech doing anything these days? 20 points in 64 games. Morgan Riley, 13 points in 21 games, -6 since coming here. But Matt Murray really putting on a show for us. He is 13-5-2 with a .908 save percentage since coming over. Hopefully I get that goalie signed. I can make the roster moves and send Peterson down. Might get claimed in waivers, whatever. I got him off waivers, not a big deal. Dumba extends, which is quite surprising. I like that. And Dan Vladar signs on. So let's fix up these lines. Fix up this roster, actually. Peterson goes down. Jones comes up. Well, they won't even let me do that. I'll be over the salary cap. If I send from 50K, no way I'll be over the salary cap from 50K. Come on. Team cap hit. I have 1.87 million in cap space, it says. I need to send Martinez down, right? Okay, fine. Martinez can go down instead of Peterson. And that saves me from putting Peterson through waivers. There. How about that? Okay, great. So Martinez will go down, and Hunter Jones will come up. And Martinez got claimed by Pittsburgh. Okay, cool. So he played a few games for us, claimed him off waivers. Thanks for your service in Honolulu, Alec. And Hunter Jones will now be our backup here in Honolulu. Let's see if we can put on a show, Bello. Blomqvist continues to be the backup in San Diego. Dan Vladar can go start down there. Alrighty, so we need to make a big push, boys, here at the end of the season to make the playoffs. It is going to be tight. It is going to be very tight. We're 28, 30, and 6. Every game is a must-win to just squeak into that last wild card, so let's do it. Let's try and go small chunks, not to go watch the games, but to see if we have to make changes in the lineups. Mild concussion, whatever, Philip Myers. 4-1 loss to Toronto. 5-3 loss to Vegas, 6-1 win against the Oilers. Okay, so that loss was understandable against Vegas. San Jose is also a good team. So slow, 2-1 shootout win. Okay, come on, the Oilers, we gotta beat them again. They're 28, 37, and 3. Come on, boys, another win against Edmonton. Edmonton, 4-2 loss. Maybe beat the Sharks 4-1. Go another week and a bit. We're 31, 33, and 6. Come on, boys. We got to beat the Jets. We got to beat the Jets. Yes, 4-3 win against the Jets. Tough Pacific Division rivalries. We lose both of them. Oh, the Sharks are 5 points ahead of us. Good thing we beat them twice there. Oh, man. Minnesota Wild. They're also a bubble team. We need to beat them for... Oh, we get shut out 3-0. If we want to make the playoffs, we have to catch the Blackhawks, who have 78 points. We currently have 70 points, and there's 8 games left in the season. It is not looking good in Honolulu. Do I even make any changes to the lineup? I don't even care, man. Ovechkin's going to come back soon. Lose against the Lightning. Ovechkin's available. Let's just go one more game. It's a concussion until the 31st, it said, so I don't want to rush him back. Beat the Stars 4-3. That's big. We got to beat the Blues, boys, if we even want to think about it. Oh, 3-2 win. Oh, man, it's tight. The Blackhawks have 81 points. Let's get Ovi back in the lineup. Ovechkin's back. We have a back-to-back here, boys. Hunter Jones is going to play for sure in one of these games. We need to, if we lose this game, this is it, boys. If we lose this game, it is literally done. It's already pretty close to being done. But if we lose this game, it is truly done. Let's see who has passion in their sticks, boys, and their skates. First period, 2-2 game. Duke Silver and Matt Dumba score. Lucas Raymond and Svechnikov for the Hawks. I'm glad Matt Murray got the start tonight. Power play here in the second period. Nothing. No scoring in the second. We're out shooting Toronto. Chicago 27-19, I think it was. Now it's 31-20. Power play for the Hawks here. We kill it off. Again, a power play for the Hawks. Oh my goodness, extended power play. Not again. What is with all the penalties? Hooking, holding, hooking, hooking, holding. What's going on? Mats Lindback? Back-to-back hooking and holding? Oh my goodness, Mats Lindback. Oh, man, here's score a goal again. Season's over, boys. For the third time in 5 years, we don't make the playoffs. I don't get it. We are champion status team. Duke Silver, 114 points last year. This year he's going to get 80 points. I don't get it. 3-1 loss to the Flames. Let's just lose all the games, boys. Let's just lose them all. 34 losses. I really can't believe it. What an abysmal season. We were supposed to be good. How many years in a row do I say that? We were supposed to be good. And we end off on an overtime loss. 82 points in 82 games for Duke Silver. Congratulations, Duke. You did it. How far? Let's hope we finished all the way at the bottom, boys. Let's get another good draft pick. Maybe I'll trade the draft pick. I have so many prospects. It's gonna log jam the system. Where did we finish, boys? We finished 4th worst in the NHL. We were the 4th worst team in the entire league. Congratulations, Honolulu. Duke Silver, 82 points. Gensel, 68. Ellis Anderson, 31 goals, 30 assists, negative 34. How does that make sense? Rantanen, 59. That was really shameful this season from Rantanen. 59 points out of nowhere, drops to a career worst. Domi 57, Ovi had 52 and 58 with 30 goals. That puts him at 866 all-time. Riley had 42 points. Since coming over to Honolulu, he scored 22 points in 39 games, -10. I think I might have to do with the coaching, with all the negatives. I don't know what to say. Pelican, his rookie year, 32 points only. I don't know, man. Here are the rest of the points that you can see. Matt Murray had a good year. Hunter Jones, 1-5-0. Terrible record, amazing numbers. 912 save percentage. So the team, the forwards and the defense let us down this year. The forwards and the defense really let us down. I don't even want to look at the rest of the NHL stats. And of course, just to torture ourselves, let's see how the players that we traded away did over on Winnipeg. Let's see. So John Klingberg finished the season at a -37, down to an 88 overall. He scored 22 points in 41 games and a -16 since going to Winnipeg. So give and take, I suppose. And then we also traded them our goaltender, who probably went on a crazy run. No, Binnington didn't go on a crazy run. Actually, Shesterkin was probably the starter, so he was 7-4-2, but good numbers, 911 save percentage, 2.58 goals against. Binnington was never that bad. It's just, I don't know what was going on, and we had to just get a change. Yeah, Shesterkin's 87, so he had most of the starts. Who else did we trade away? We traded away Jake Leschyshyn. We can go see him on the Devils. How did they do this season? They don't see him anywhere. Oh no, we didn't trade him there. We traded Pacioretty there. So Pacioretty scored 31 points in 72 games. Oh, he is there. There he is. Leschyshyn. He scored 55 points in 82 games. My God, up to an 85 overall. Man, this guy could have been our second line center. It's never simple, man. Andre Kesa, who we traded for and was terrible with us. We just have terrible luck. We trade for this guy. He scores 6 points in 19 games. Didn't fit the lineup at all. Goes to New Jersey every season except for that first one. Gets 50-plus points. And then he goes to Nashville, gets 50-plus points. And then in this season, he scores 70 points. Let's just get this season over with. Let's win the lottery or something. Let's just get it over with. I need to get to my next scouting appointment. I'll see you when we have a cup champion. So the St. Louis Blues are Stanley Cup champions as they took down Vegas in the Western Conference Finals. Nice. We dropped from 4-6 as Boston goes from 5-1, where we would have been if we had just been one spot lower. Pittsburgh goes from 1-2, Minnesota from 9-3, and we drop from 3-5. So we have the 5th overall pick in the upcoming draft. If I can ever get there. Let's see, retired players. Who called it a career this year? Eric Stahl finally retires. Patrice Bergeron does not retire. So an accident that happened to the save file gave Patrice Bergeron 2 more years, it seems. Eric Stahl with over 500 goals, 1,248 points, a great career for him. Zach Parise, Mikko Koivu, James Neal, former Honolulu Husky, Shea Weber, Kyle Okposo, Alex Goligoski, a former Husky. And in the goalie category, it is Henrik Lundqvist going out with 555 wins, 74 shutouts, quite the career for him. Jonathan Quick, Semyon Varlamov, Thomas Greiss finally retires as like a literal deity with the Blues. I don't know. Did I say the Blues won the cup? That's 3 cups in 4 seasons for Thomas Greiss then. Am I right in saying that? He got injured though, but he was 3-0-1 and he was at a 940. I don't get it. How does Thomas Greiss do that? Brian Elliott, all those other guys. I don't think we have any coaches who retired this year. I'm not seeing anybody. So Karol Stekjal on San Diego retires. We just signed him, so I guess he was a liar when he signed his contract with us. Yeah, St. Louis won the cup. So 3 cups in 4 years for Thomas Greiss, a random goaltender. He was at 86. He retires at a 72. Blues beat the Hurricanes in 7 games. Oh man. Let's see the awards for this season. Let's just get this over with. Blues win the cup. Hurricanes win back-to-back President's trophies, as we gave them like all of our good players pretty much, as I don't know how they did it. Campbell Trophy, all that stuff. Yeah, McDavid wins the Art Ross and the Hart. Carlson goes to James Norris goes to Carlson. Huberdeau gets the Lady Byng. Kerman gets the Calder. I didn't look at rookie stats. I'll have to go do that. Johansson wins the Conn Smythe. John Gibson wins the Vezina and the Jennings. Masterton to a random guy. Jack Adams goes to Dustin Byfuglien, who is somehow the head coach of the Dallas Stars. What in the world qualifies someone to win the Jack Adams? I do not know. O'Reilly wins his third straight Frank J. Selke. McDavid wins the Ted Lindsay. And Rory Cherry, for the 5th straight year, it's a created player, but for the first time in this entire sim, it's someone other than Massimiliano Bio as Rory Cherry. Big congrats to Rory winning the Maurice Richard Trophy. In the AHL, it wasn't anything special this season. This guy got 46 points, a guy that I signed in free agency. Sebastian Genze, our first-round pick, the German from 2022, scored 26 goals and 40 points in 68 games. Ryan Suzuki hasn't really grown much. He got 45 points. How did Vladar do? 25, 13, and 3 with 5 shutouts. Very nice. We went 42, 17, and 9 in the AHL, and then got swept in 3 games in the first round. Congrats to Alexei Sorella, who led the team in scoring with 1 goal in 3 games. So I go to Buffalo's contracts, and here it is. So Kerman, 93 overall, Markku Kerman. He scored 58 points in 82 games to win the Calder Trophy. He was the first overall pick in 2022, offensive defenseman. Very good defenseman, that is for sure. Congrats to him. So now with the season wrapped up, we can look at the draft class. We have the 5th overall pick, so it looks like we're probably going to get this guy Duda. If it goes, it's all forwards, yeah, likely. I doubt anybody drops here. It's either going to be Zach Duda, medium elite, or we could take Damon Bradford, Emmanuel Milson, Danny Erskine. But this guy, he looks like a pretty big, he's a playmaker, that's true. So 9 goals, 66 assists. Bradford is possibly a power forward. Not really sold on any of these guys. They're all medium elite. They're all decent, but similar to PK Subban. Maybe he's an offensive defenseman. But I don't really need these guys. I have a lot of prospects in the system. Maybe I trade down. I could always just trade down and get another good prospect later on. There's a lot of guaranteed medium top 6s here, like Lars Backman, a sniper, playing in an A+ league, got 18 points. So that wouldn't be a bad guy to go get. I don't know, someone low elite even. Yeah, so you can see all these guys. You can tell me your thoughts on if I should keep that pick or if I should trade down a little bit, trade down a lot, or not trade down at all and make the pick, or not trade it down at all and just trade the pick straight up for something. Going into next season, we're going to have to figure out our team as well. It's these contracts. Do we give on contract extensions to Alex Ovechkin? What does he want? He wanted $5 million. Now he wants $7 million. Kailer Yamamoto. Do we qualify and trade? Do we sign him for $4 million? I don't know. Cal Peterson. I'd probably let him go. Yeah, he doesn't even want the extension. Yeah, let him go. New backup goalie is definitely something that we're going to look at. Progress reports here just to finish off. Alex Ovechkin down 24 points or whatever. Pelech is at an 85. It was at an 87 before, so he'll bounce back up. Hopefully next season he actually has the dominant season that he's capable of. Trevor Wong, keep saying Tyler, 81 overall. Lynn back up to an 85. That's nice. Medium elite with a top 4 role. Moritz Seider at an 82, Perfetti still at an 81, Kovalev 80. Yeah, we got to see some big growth from people over this offseason. What do we do with Dumba? What do we do with Domi? What do we do with Jake Gensel? I'm open to trading literally anyone on this team, even Duke Silver. I'm down to trade anyone. What are we going to do with our coaching staff as well? Do we fire the coach? Do we get a different coach? I don't know. He has a 76% team fit. He should be amazing, but I don't know what to do. I don't really know much about the coaching system. It's pretty broken. So if you think we need a new coach, if you think we need new players, if you think we should trade picks, I don't know what. I can't look at other teams' trading blocks, unfortunately. But, man, I'm down to trade anybody. This is how people's trade values look. I don't know. Even Ellis Anderson, man, it's so disappointing. I should go after one of the better created players like Rory Cherry or something. Trade for a real good goal scorer on this team. Give like a max trade offer. I don't know, man. We also have Carolina's first round pick. So maybe I could trade my first round pick and keep Carolina's, because that'll still allow me to get a good player at what overall pick is that? Around 27, 28, 29, picking around there. So we have this guy, medium top 9, this guy, low elite, who's a gem, This guy, medium top 9. Yeah, it wouldn't be bad to get this guy, Junior Britkurich, so big junior. So that's it for this one, boys. Another season in the books. Year 5 is done. 3 years out of 5, we do not make the playoffs. I really don't get what has been going on. Our team is champion status, yet we finish 4th last in the NHL. Our team just did not mesh. I don't know what it was. We had +5s. We had great overalls. I really don't know. So I'm looking to you now in the comments. Please let me know your thoughts and your suggestions and your comments on going into the 2024 off season. So thank you very much for watching. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button as I put out daily NHL and FIFA content. Trying to grind my way through Honolulu here. It's going to take a lot longer than I thought. In Anaheim, we won 3 cups in 10 years, and it was time to call it. Now, after 5 years, we have 2 first-round exits. So this might take a bit longer than we'd like, but it's going to take as long as it takes to bring Honolulu a championship and make them into a dynasty. So like I said, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.